Hey guys, Derek here with Minute Maintenance. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change front wheel bearing on your Gen 1 Raptor. Okay guys, we're on the right front of my 2012 F-150 Raptor. First thing you need to do, obviously, jack the truck up, chock the rear tires, jack the truck up, get your wheel off. Next thing we're going to do is remove our caliper and bracket, and we're going to hang those off to the side. We're going to disconnect these cables, and then we need to take our brake rotor off, and that just slides off. We need to take the nut off of our tie rod end and the nut off of our upper control arm and the nut at the end of our axle here. That will allow our knuckle to swing forward and give us room that we need to work to get the bearing off. There's 4 big bolts on the back here that we have to undo, and then it should come out and the new one will slide right in. If you have your sway bar connected still right here, you may have to disconnect that as well to give you enough travel down so it can come forward. Alright guys, first thing we need to do is our ABS cable. We need to disconnect that all the way up to our connector because the new bearing came with a new sensor. If yours didn't come with a sensor, then you'll just have to disconnect it so you have enough movement forward. The other thing we need to do is take this bolt out for our brake caliper so we can swing it up out of the way. Bolt for the brake line is a 10mm. And then this bolt for our ABS line is an 8mm. So the next thing we're going to do is take our caliper and our caliper bracket off. I take it all off as one. When you do that, make sure you have some mechanics wire or a bungee cable, something, so we can tie it up off to the side and keep the pressure off of our brake hose. The 2 big bolts for the bracket are 21mm. As always, I like to make sure both of them come loose before I take them all the way out. Okay, that's up out of the way. Next we'll pull our rotor off. It just slides off, nothing holding it on. Set it out of the way. Next we'll take our axle nut off, which you'll have to hold the hub. It'll spin on you. Let's do this smart. Just a little piece of advice, because the reason my bearing's bad is because this nut loosened itself out on the trails, which caused the axle to kind of pull out of the hub a little bit, and it put too much pressure on that bearing, so it went bad. I don't know if you can see or hear, but I have a little bit of movement in that bearing. That's how you know it's bad. When you have your wheel on, you can, rock your wheel up, and if you put your hands at the top of the bottom and you can rock it this way, kind of in and out, then that's typically a wheel bearing. If you can move it this way, left to right, That's typically a tie rod end. But the best way to do it is if you jack your front end up and you feel you've got some movement, either get underneath there and grab it with one hand and move it, or have a friend or somebody move it for you while you're underneath there looking to make sure that your ball joints aren't the ones moving, your tie rod end isn't what's moving, your bushings aren't moving. It should be pretty easy to tell where that extra movement's coming from, and any extra movement is bad, obviously. But I would, if I were you, because I'm going to do it, I would get in the habit of when you rotate your tires. So I change my oil every 5,000 miles, and I rotate my tires every 10. So basically every other oil change, I rotate my tires. I do a real good inspection of everything. From now on, every time I rotate my tires, I'm going to pop these caps off, which you should have a cap on yours. I just haven't put it back on yet. But pop those caps off and put a 13 mil on there and just make sure it's tight. Because like I said, luckily I was able to tighten this up on the trail, but I kept everybody else waiting, and it was kind of a pain in the butt. So once that's free, you'll undo your tie rod end, the nut, which is a 21 millimeter, which I've already done, and you'll undo your nut for your upper control arm ball joint. And I like to leave that on there a few threads so that when I hit this, my control arm doesn't go flying and this just falls into my lap. After those are off, we're just going to tap it right on the sides with a hammer, and it should break them free. So our tie rod end is off. This popped off. Just gotta take our nut off the rest of the way. And then as you bring your knuckle forward, make sure your axle comes out. We'll just kind of set that off to the side. Next thing we need to do is these 4 nuts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna take those off. That's what's holding our bearing in. After we get those off, we'll probably have to tap on our hub a little bit to get it to fall out. Another thing, I guess, if you have your IWE still, the actuators, you'll have to undo those vacuum lines and disconnect those all the way up here so they're out of your way so this can fall forward. These nuts are an 18 millimeter. And again, we're going to make sure everything loosens up before I take them all the way. There's all of our bolts. I doubt that's going to fall out. Let's give it a tap. There we go, bearings out. Easy as pie. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up our hole here that the bearing sits in. Get that nice and clean. So the next one goes in and sits flush. I just have a wire brush. We'll hit that with a little bit of brake clean. We'll let that dry, and assembly is the reverse. Obviously we'll torque everything as we put it together. Make sure you put your bearing in correct. Obviously your ABS sensor goes towards the top. That gets routed back the way it was. I'll put torque specs in the description below. I bought a Moog wheel bearing from rockauto.com. Obviously you can use whatever brand you want. I just make sure it's a name brand like Moog or Timken, or obviously Ford. But yeah, installs reverse of taking it all off. I'm not going to show you that just to keep the video short. If you have any questions, obviously leave them in the comments below. I answer as quick as I possibly can. If you guys would like to see everything go back together in future videos, let me know that too, so that I know. I try to keep these videos as short as I can. Otherwise, people lose interest or they just plain old don't watch them. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, leave me some comments below. And catch you in the next one.